Hey everyone, and welcome back to Malaysia in Focus, the place where we, break down the big stories shaping our nation. Now, today, we're diving into an economy that looks like it's firing on all cylinders. Posting some seriously strong numbers for the year ahead. But here's the thing, just over the horizon, there's a global economic storm brewing, and it looks like it's heading right for us.
All right, so let's get right into it. The headline figures, they paint this really confident picture for Malaysia as we head into 2026. The official outlook, it's looking bright. But like always, the real story is a little deeper than just the numbers on the surface.
Okay, so here's the big one. The government is officially forecasting our GDP, that's our gross domestic product, to grow somewhere between 4.0 and 4.5% in 2026. Now that's a really solid number. It's the kind of thing that signals a healthy, expanding economy. And what does that mean for us? Well, it means more jobs, more business opportunities, and just more activity happening all across the country.
And you know what? It's not just about what's happening inside the country. Our ringgit has actually been gaining strength against some major world currencies. We're talking about the euro, the pound, even the Singapore dollar. And listen, this is more than just good news if you're planning a trip. It's basically a huge vote of confidence from the rest of the world, telling us they believe in how Malaysia's economy is being run.
So the big question is, what's actually powering all this momentum, right? Let's pop the hood, take a look inside, and really see what makes our economic engine tick.
Well, it turns out a lot of the power is coming from right here at home. A huge part of our growth is being driven by what they call strong domestic demand. And really, that just means you and me, everyday Malaysians, spending our money and keeping local businesses going. On top of that, you've got strong investment coming in, some well-timed salary adjustments for the public sector, and a clear government strategy with the Ekonomi MADANI framework, which is basically the big national game plan for sustainable growth and better public services. Oh, and of course, a major boost from tourism.
And if we break that down even further by sector, you can see exactly where the power is. Look at this. Manufacturing is still a vital piece of the puzzle, for sure, making up a quarter of our economy. But the real heavyweight? It's the services sector. It's the dominant force, making up more than half of our entire economic engine. We're talking everything from banking and retail to healthcare and, yes, tourism.
And speaking of tourism, wow, the government has set a massive target for Visit Malaysia 2026. Get this, they're aiming to bring in 47 million international visitors. 47 million! That's not just a number, it creates this huge ripple effect through the economy, right? It boosts everything from shops and restaurants to transport, creating jobs all over the place. Okay, so we've seen the strong forecast and the domestic engine that's driving it. If this breakdown is giving you a clearer picture, hit like and subscribe so you'll always stay ahead on Malaysia's biggest issues. All right, now for the reality check. Because no matter how strong your engine is, you're eventually going to face some headwinds. And for Malaysia, ours is no different. There's a pretty significant challenge coming our way, and it's from one of our biggest trading partners, the United States. And this poses a really critical question, right? Especially for a country like ours that relies so much on selling our goods to the rest of the world. So, what's the potential catch for our export-driven economy? What happens when one of your biggest customers decides to change the rules of the game? And here you can see the potential impact in black and white. The U.S. has brought in a new 19% tariff on Malaysian goods. Now, according to the Ministry of Finance, that's projected to shave about 0.76 percentage points off our GDP growth. But look at the more direct hit. Our exports could take a dive of 1.38 percentage points. Make no mistake, this is a real challenge that we're going to have to navigate very carefully.
But here's the crucial part of the story. Malaysia isn't just sitting back and bracing for impact. No way. We're actively upgrading our economic engine, making it more powerful and a whole lot more resilient for the future.
And hey, you don't have to take my word for it. Just listen to this powerful statement from our central bank, Bank Negara Malaysia. They say that for 2026, the outlook remains resilient, and it's supported by things like our own domestic demand, moderating inflation, but listen to this last part, robust tech investments. That phrase right there, that's the core of our whole strategy.
And we're already seeing the proof. After a bit of a dip, foreign direct investment, or FDI, which is basically money from other countries being invested right here, it rebounded and sharply. It hit almost 8.5 billion ringgit in just the third quarter of 2025. What does that tell you? It shows that even with all this uncertainty in the world, global investors are looking at Malaysia and they are betting big on our future.
So, where's all that cash going? Well, a huge chunk of it is flowing into our data center market.
And think about what that means. This one sector is projected to be worth a massive $11.4 billion by 2031. We are literally building the core infrastructure for the future of the internet, and we're building it right here in Malaysia.
And this is where it gets really exciting, because this investment kicks off a fantastic chain reaction. It starts with the biggest names in tech, think AWS, Google, Microsoft, pouring billions into building their facilities here. Then, that investment creates high-value, high-skilled digital jobs for Malaysians. And finally, all of this cements our position as the premier tech hub in the region, which, you guessed it, attracts even more investment. It's a powerful cycle.
Okay, so let's bring this all together. What does this economic tug-of-war, with these global tariff challenges on one side and this incredible local tech boom on the other, what does it actually mean for you and your family? Well, what we're witnessing is a fundamental shift in our economy. You can think of it like this. The old engine relied a lot on things like commodities and traditional manufacturing. But now, it's making way for a new engine. And this new high-tech engine, it's driven by future-focused industries, semiconductors, AI, data centers. Not only is it less vulnerable to the kinds of global trade disputes we talked about, but most importantly, it creates a demand for skilled, high-wage, digital talent.
All right, so let's wrap this up. Here's your takeaway for 2026. First, the economy is strong, but it's definitely facing some real global challenges. Second, our own spending, right here at home, is a crucial line of defense. Third, that high-tech investment we talked about, that is the absolute key to future-proofing our growth. And finally, and this is a big one for many of you, the job market is shifting, and it's shifting towards higher-skilled, better-paying roles. Join thousands of Malaysians who want clarity, not confusion. Tap like, hit subscribe, and let's keep making sense of this together.
And so, all of this leaves us with one final critical question. As Malaysia powers up this brand new tech engine, is it actually going to be ready to navigate the global storm that's gathering right ahead?